What is up, all you try-hard gamers? Coming back at you with another Elite Dangerous guide. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to do some mining. I'm going to show you exactly how to mine, how to outfit your ship, the different types of mining, the processes that are involved, and even some third-party websites that you need to use that will be of major help when mining, because they're going to tell you where your paydays are at, right? You can't really just go to like a belt cluster, for example, and just start mining. You've got to find some res sites, and then if you want to make a lot of money, you got to find the correct res sites to go to. So this is my ship, the Python. This is the ship that I use to mine on. And we'll go ahead and load in the game, and while it's loading, I'm going to go ahead and talk about like the different sorts of ships that you may want to use for mining. Here's the thing. Technically, any ship can mine, okay? It's just that there are certain ships that are going to be more conducive to mining. And we'll go ahead and we'll go into the outfitting screen, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So we'll go to Starport Services, and I've not shown you this yet, but to outfit your ship, which just basically means like fitting new equipment on your ship, you go into Starport Services, and you go into Outfitting. All right, now here's the outfitting screen. Now, so I'm pretty sure every ship has. We'll go into optional internals. I'm pretty sure every ship has the ability to put some sort of cargo rack on it, okay? Now, here's the thing. You want as much space as possible, depending on which type of mining you want to do and how quickly you want to make the runs, or how much money you want to make in one run. The ship that I have right now is really good for mining. It's the Python. And it's really good for a few reasons. One, it has the hard points to be able to put a seismic launcher and abrasion blaster, as well as mining lasers. So I can do two types of mining on this ship. Okay, one type is just basically like a mining with a mining laser, and the other type is called deep core mining. Now, in the beginning, when you start mining, deep core mining is going to get you the most. It's going to get you the most credits. And the reason why is that you'll get more yield out of what you want. And typically, the more expensive resources to sell that you'll get more money for are in deep core mining. Now, what I found was that after a certain point, and I was able to locate what are called hotspots, it became actually more lucrative for me just to use the mining lasers and then to supplement what I got from the mining lasers with what's called deep core mining. It won't make any sense right now, but it will later, I promise. So, back to outfitting the ship. What do you need? Well, you need a mining laser, right? So how do you get a mining laser? Basically, this is very easy. You just go Browse Shop. Go to Mining Tools. And you look for mining laser. Just slap a couple of those on. That's what you'll want to do in the very beginning. In the beginning, you'll have a sidewinder, and you'll probably move up to like a hauler or something like that until you get some money. A lot of money at least, and then you'll upgrade from there. But in the beginning, you'll want to just be doing regular laser mining, okay? And you just buy that, slap that right on your ship, and you're good to go so far. Okay, what other things do you need on your ship? Well, let's go to optional internals. You'll need some cargo racks to hold your mining materials. You will need collector limpets. I'll explain what these do. Okay, you'll need probably a fuel scoop because you'll be traveling decently long distances, and for those who don't know, a fuel scoop allows you to refuel your ship at certain types of stars, so you don't have to constantly go to stations in order to refill your fuel up. You'll need a Prospector limpet controller, you'll need a refinery, and you'll need a detailed surface scanner. Okay, those are the main things that you need on your ship. And let's go through the list. I'll tell you exactly why you need these things. Okay, so collector limpets. What do these do? Technically, if you didn't want to put a collector limpet controller on your ship for mining, you could. But I'm telling you, you're going to have a bad time. And the reason why is that what collector limpets are is they are these little automated drones that move outside your ship and collect cargo that's outside your ship and automatically brings it into your ship. So when you fire your mining lasers, the ore is going to be shooting out one by one by one by one by one. And you can have 20, 30 pieces of that ore outside of your ship. And if you're manually having to go in and with your cargo scoop open and get every single one of them, it's going to take forever. What this does is it allows you to program these things called limpets, okay? They shoot out of your ship, and they automatically collect that ore. Now, that sort of mechanic works for anything outside your ship that is collectible as well, but we need this for mining specifically. So then you need a Prospector limpet controller. Now, what does this do? Well, that you can't really mine an asteroid without this. What it does is you fire it onto an asteroid, and it tells you what type of material is in the asteroid. Okay, so let's say for example that I'm going to farm painite. Okay, I get down to a res site, and you'll see this when we do it later, and I fire a Prospector limpet at the asteroid. What it's going to do is it's going to scan the asteroid, and it's going to tell me what type of ore or material is inside that asteroid. Okay? So, let's say I'm farming painite. I scan the asteroid with the Prospector limpet controller, and then it tells me that there is samarium, titanium, and a different thing that isn't painite. What that does is allows me to move on to a different asteroid. I'm pretty sure you need to prospect every single asteroid to be able to mine it anyway, but this is an absolute must. Another thing that is an absolute must is a refinery. And what this does is, excuse me, once you put your Prospector limpet on the asteroid and you start mining, when you gather the ore into your inventory, it's going to automatically go into the refinery, and it's going to do what it sounds like. It's going to refine the ore. Once it's refined, it's going to the ore is going to go directly into your inventory. So you can't, for example, get just raw basic ore that's unrefined into your inventory. You absolutely have to have a refinery. And you need a detailed surface scanner. And the reason why you need this is what that does is you basically fly up to a planet with rings around it, okay? And you fire a probe using the detailed surface scanner, and it shows you where the hot spots are, okay? Where the ore hotspots are. Now, ore hotspots are places in which that specific named hotspot has an increased chance of being mined from an asteroid. So, for example, if I want to hunt for what's called painite or low temperature diamonds, I'm going to want to go to a painite or a low temperature diamond hotspot. But the only way that I can know that it's there is if I use the detailed surface scanner. Now, if you want to buy these things, you want to outfit your ship, it's very simple. You just go to one of your empty or non-empty slots here. You click on it, you go to Browse Shop, and look, there's collection limpets, okay? Fuel scoop, Browse Shop, Fuel Scoops, Prospector Limpets, Browse Shop, Prospecting Limpets. Okay, it's that simple. And it's the same with everything else. Okay, so I think first what we're gonna do is we've explained what deep core mining is, and we've explained what regular mining lasing is. Let's go to your hard points real quick. I want to point this out. Again, I want to reiterate this. You have to choose which type of mining that you want to do. I really want to reiterate this. Do you want to just laser the asteroid to mine it? Or do you want to crack open the asteroid and get what's inside it? Here's the trick. The trick is that not every asteroid is crackable, and it can take a while to find one that is. So my suggestion, again, is in the beginning, just do the regular laser mining, okay? And then afterwards, once you get used to the process, then buy what's called a seismic charge launcher and an abrasion blaster. Now, what the seismic charge launcher allows you to do, when you find an asteroid that's crackable, and I'll show you how to do that, what you do is you fire your Prospector limpet into the asteroid, and it's going to tell you, let's say you find one that's crackable. It'll say in blue, down at the bottom, this has a void opal core, or this has a painite core. Okay, then you find the fissure inside of the asteroid. You fire the seismic charge launcher in multiple places. It will crack the asteroid open. Okay, and then after it cracks the asteroid open, you'll want to use your abrasion blaster on any surface deposits. I'll show you all this stuff. I just want to go over it right now so you have an idea before we actually get out there. Okay. Now there's one more thing. If you want to farm crackable asteroids that you absolutely need, and that is called the Pulse Wave Analyzer. What this does is allows you to scan asteroids to tell whether the asteroid is crackable or not. You don't want to just be out there like random firing your limpets, your prospecting limpets, cold firing, trying to find a crackable asteroid, because that'll take forever. What this does is allows you to find them quickly. Okay, so why am I at a Google page, you ask? Well, the reason why I'm at a Google page right now is that there's a third party. I mentioned the third party website that you need to go to before you start mining if you want to be more lucrative, right? And basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Elite Dangerous Miner Tool. Okay, now the top one that pops up is ddns.net. Okay, this is the one that you want to go to right here. What you want to do is you want to click on that. Now, what is this? This looks ridiculous, right? It just looks like some crappy website. It is invaluable, absolutely invaluable. Now, so the system that I typically hang out at, because it's where my squadron is HIP 19758. That's where you see the I am in. And what this does is it tells you you've got your resources down here that you want to look for. Okay, these are some of the most expensive. If you put your reference system in, which is the system you're in, it will tell you how far away these sorts of hotspots are away from you, and it will allow you to see where the hotspots are at in relation to your current location. Okay, so my guy is in HIP 19758. Okay, now I want to click on Painite, because that's basically what I mine. Now look at this. Okay, the first box up here says where to mine Painite overlaps. This tells you which system closest to you are the painite overlaps, and that works the same for low temperature diamonds, void opals, all of these down here, if you wanted to search them. Now, the system that I typically go to is this one right here. So what I do is I copy, and then I go into my game, and then I go to Galaxy Map. Actually, I'll show that to you. I won't tell it to you. I'll show it to you. That'll be easier. Okay, so remember we copied that system. We go to Galaxy Map. Alright, now I'm in this system right here, but I still want to go to that system because I know it's a pretty awesome hotspot system, right? So remember we copied it. You want to go to this icon right here. You want to go into the search bar, and then you want to hit Control V. That's going to paste it. And you hit Enter. Okay, now here's the system. What you want to do from there is you want to plot your route. You're good to go. You just got to jump to that system. Okay, so we know how to get to the system to actually mine it now, right? Okay, so what do you do after you mine it? After you mine the system that you want to mine at, you get the painite or the low temperature diamonds or muscovite or whatever. Well, you want to find the best place to sell it, okay? And that's what this bottom page down here is. It says where to sell painite. Now, this is going to vary depending on what you want to do. Do you want to get there faster to sell it? Or do you want to travel a little further to make a bit of a profit, right? Well, I like to travel a little bit farther to make a little bit more of a profit, right? So we see this top space right here, which is the closest to that system, which is 52 light years away. And it tells me the system, okay, and it tells me the price that I'll get for it, which is 560,160 per ore. Now, the one that I typically like going to is this one right here, and these prices will change over time, so it won't always be this way. But I want to get 770,000 for each ore. It's going to net me more of a profit. So what I want to do is copy this, okay, and then paste it just like I showed you before. After you're done mining, into the galaxy map, and then I want to route, go there and sell it, and then move back to where I was at before and go mining again. It's as simple as that. And just to show you here, same thing works with low temperature diamonds, right? You have the reference distance from where this system is at right here that you put in, which is 353.79 light years away. It gives you an idea of how many jumps you're going to need to do. You just copy that, paste it into your galaxy map, you're good to go. And then it also, again, down here, where to sell low temperature diamonds. Your prices, you've got 1,117,578 versus all these other prices, and you can choose which one to go to. It's really simple. Okay, so we've outfitted our ship. We know which system we want to go to. We've plotted course to that system. What do we need to do before we leave? And I can tell you, I've done this a million times. Do not forget to get your limpets. Okay, we have the limpet controllers, but we don't have the individual drones yet, or we shouldn't. At least I don't think. Do I have any on the ship? Yeah, I do. But I'll go ahead and throw them out of my ship. That way I'll show you the entire process. So let's destroy those. You go to Starport Services, you go to Advanced Maintenance, you go to Restock. Alright, now down here you have a limpet control. Now these are the amount of limpets that you have in your inventory, and this is your cargo space, how much you have. I'm going to go ahead and get 100 of them. Now you may be saying, well, Tryhard Gamer, that only leaves you 28 slots to get ore with. Well, technically it does, but here's the thing. You're going to be using a lot of limpet controllers controllers down there while you're mining. So you're going to free up some space, and before you know it, you may run out. So you want to make sure you have as much limpets as possible, depending on which type of mining that you're going to want to be doing, right? So let's back out of here. I think we have everything that we need. We're refueled, ready to go. We've got our, let's check our plot, our course plot, make sure we have that. This is where I'm at, and this is where I need to be. Okay. I'm gonna go auto launch. You may or may not have an advanced docking computer on your ship, so you may have to manually leave out of the star system.
Landing gear retracted.
And I'm waiting in queue, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and do it manually. That way you guys don't have to wait. Alright, now we are outside of the station. What do we do next? Well, what you want to do is you want to align yourself with the jump that you have plotted next, okay? Now, down at the bottom right, you've got a list that says mass locked landing gear cargo scoop, okay? When that box is lit up by mass locked, that means that you need to get away from something bigger than what your ship is, okay? Now it's off. You can't jump until that mass locked is off. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to align ourselves. We're going to hit J.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now, this is different than Super Cruise that I showed you before in the other video. This is actual hyperspace, okay? You're jumping from system to system.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay, now when you come out of hyperspace, you're always going to be in front of a star like this, okay? Now, what you want to do is get above that yellow line, and since I have a fuel scoop, it allows me to draw fuel from that star, like I'm doing right now. You see how that bar is going up? If you don't have a fuel scoop, you won't get that prompt. Now I'm going to immediately line myself up with the next jump, and I'm going to hit J.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Okay. Now, we're going to get a little bit of fuel here. And while I'm fuel scooping, I want to show you something that is invaluable. If you hit your 1 key, if you look there at the top where it shows your system HR2868 system, it'll show you where you're going, and then over to the right, it will show you how many more jumps that you need until you get to where you've plotted your course. It's a very, very useful tool, so you know like what progress you're making. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video. That way, you guys don't have to sit here through the next 4 jumps. It could be quite boring. It especially gets tedious and boring once you've got like 17, 20, 25, 30 jumps. So we're gonna go ahead and cut, and we'll come back when we're at the system that we need to be at. Okay. So we got to the system, right? And the one that we got from the Miner Tools website. Now, you see those yellow orangish spots on the ringed system there, or the ringed planet? Those are hot spots. Now, here's the thing: you won't see those initially when you get to a planet that you've not fired your surface scanner at. The only reason I see them now is because I've already farmed this spot and I've used that. But I'll take you through what you need to do to see those hotspots. What you do is you hit in until you get, well, let's do this first. You have two types of modes. You have combat mode initiated or activated and analysis mode. You want to go into analysis mode, and I think the default key for that is M. Now you want to move through until you find your surface scanner, okay? Now you want to click, left click. Now you're going to fire probes. You got to have the ring targeted. You fire a probe. And when you fire that probe, it shouldn't be doing anything now because we've already done this. But when you fire that probe, what it's going to do is show you any hot spots that are on that ring there. Okay. Now some ringed planets like this will not have hot spots, but we've checked the website already, right? So that's not an issue. We know which planet it's on and which system, and we found hotspots. So you hit backspace to get out of the surface scanner. And now we want to go to the specific hotspot. And if you look, you see these different types of hotspots: painite hotspots, monazite hotspot. What I want is is it right here? Yeah, I think, yeah, it is. It's the double painite hotspot. Now, overlapping double hotspots will net you more of that specific type of material that you're hunting for. And what I want to do is I want to land right in the middle of the two overlapping hotspots. There's one and there's one. I want to go where the painite is deepest in these hotspots. Okay? So you want to slow down a little bit. You don't want to go in at full speed because you can lose hull integrity once you jump in if you do that. So just slow down here. Might actually lose integrity going in this fast. Okay, now look at all these asteroids, right? Now, a word of caution. If you're in an anarchy system, the moment that you drop into an asteroid zone, any sort of asteroid zone, you're going to get pirates. Now, what pirates will do is they will scan your ship, and if you don't have any ore on you, they'll leave you alone. Okay, you see on the radar there's the scan. Okay, they automatically spawn in as soon as you're in. What you want to do is wait a little bit before they leave. Okay, and once they leave, you won't get any more of those pirates while you're in here. Okay, so it's important, if you're in an anarchy system, not to mine anything until they leave, and it shouldn't take too long. Once they scan you, they'll move away. So in the meantime, what we're going to want to do, this is what I like to do, is I hit the 4 key to go to my right panel. I move over to ship. This is a godsend, night vision. The reason why it's a godsend is some of these ringed planets that you're in are really, really dark, extremely dark, and sometimes it's hard to see the asteroids, and you don't want to be crashing into asteroids, right? It can mess your ship up pretty bad, especially if you don't have shields. So looks like they're leaving. So we're just going to move in here into the asteroids real quick and get down in the middle until they fully leave and we don't see them anymore. As you can see, your supply of asteroids is nearly unlimited, so you don't really have to worry about running out of asteroids to mine. Basically, all of the the asteroid belts are like this. It's more than you could ever ask for. Alright. Looks like they're moving off the radar a little bit, so we should be good here in a few moments. Alright. Let's get right here in the middle. Now, remember I told you there was a difference between deep core mining and regular mining with lasers? Well, one thing that I like to do is use the pulse wave analyzer just right off the bat, just to see if there's any crackable asteroids nearby. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, you see this red one down here? This might possibly be one. Now here's the thing. Is that one? Finding crackable asteroids is really frustrating, and the reason why is that not every colored asteroid is going to be crackable. What you want to look for is like bright, or not orange, but bright yellow and partially orange asteroids. There's a chart online that you can actually look at to see which asteroids are best for cracking, and I suggest that you do that. So we're gonna go over here to our Prospector. Remember the Prospector limpet? We're gonna left click. See the drone? Okay. Alright, now you hit T to target, and we see it's got a lot of painite in it, right? It's got 41.05%. That is a lot of painite for one asteroid, but there's nothing crackable. It's not crackable, right? So I'm just going to use the mining laser on it. So I'm going to hit in till I get to my mining lasers. But actually, what I should do before that is I should open my cargo scoop, which is the home key.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Then I want to move over to my collector limpets.
Programming limpet drone.
I want to have two out.
Programming limpet drone.
But this guy over on the this pirate is not one to leave. We're gonna have to wait until he jumps out of the system, because I'm not gonna. You can see him over there on the left. I don't want to get blown up by having stuff in my inventory, so we'll give him a minute and he'll jump out, which it looks like he's doing that right now. We'll wait until he disappears from the radar. You see these things right here? That can be shot out of the asteroid with that abrasion blaster that I showed you before. Alright, it looks like he jumped out. So we have our collector limpets out. We have our cargo scoop open. Now it's time to get some painite. You just fire your laser. And as the chunks come out, your collector limpets, as you see right there, are going to automatically bring that ore into your cargo. Or not into your cargo, but into your refinery. Okay, now we just gotta wait for the limpets to collect all of the ore. I'm gonna go ahead and cut to when it collects all the ore, and we'll move on from there. Okay, so lucky for me, I found a crackable asteroid. Okay, I don't know. Can I still do the pulse wave on this thing? I want you guys to see. I can. I already put the Prospector limpet. Okay, you see at the bottom left where it says core detected painite? That is a crackable asteroid. Okay, so we've learned how to do the regular mining laser type. Now we hit the mother lode. We've got a crackable asteroid. So what do? You go over here to your seismic charge launcher. Now what you want to look for, let's see where are these things at. See that asteroid fissure right there? And I think there's one right here. You want to fire your seismic charge into those. You want to have it targeted. Now, there's a trick to this. The longer that you hold your left click down, the higher yield explosion that you're going to do. And you don't want to overshoot it, okay? So I'm going to put it up to about half. Now, you see that yellow bar right there? You want it to go up to the middle blue without hitting the red, which I may or may not do. It's been a while since I've done this, so we're gonna about half. Alright, still in the yellow. Asteroid fissure. Alright. Alright, we want it to be fully blue. And you want to do this before it blows up. You see that countdown, I've got 80 seconds there. So, I'm pretty good here. Let's move around. Alright, now we're in the blue. Optimum yield range. Now you want to back up before this blows. You definitely want to back up before this blows, because if not, it will either destroy your oh, I'm actually hitting an asteroid right now. Alright. This should be good. That should be good. Now you want to wait for that timer to go down. We're going to go ahead and pull out our... We'll wait to pull out the collector limpets. See, we got 17 seconds left.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
Alright. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, now you want to pull out your collector limpets.
Programming limpet drone.
Make sure your cargo scoop's open. Now, as they're collecting, you want to pick out, or go to your abrasion blaster. You see all these little spots right here? Those are surface deposits that you can fire off of the chunks, and they give a lot of yield. So you want to make sure you get as many of those as you can. If I can hit the damn thing. There we go. See, it popped off. Now your collector limpets are going to go about collecting all the other chunks that are out there. And in the meantime, you just want to do this. Now, the thing about crackable asteroids is that you can get lucky or extremely unlucky with them. It gets really tedious mining only by deep core mining, just by crackable asteroids without doing the laser mining. Just because, I mean, you could be out here for 25-30 minutes and not spot one with your pulse wave analyzer, right? And that's why I said in the beginning, what I like to do is hit these hot spots, find some high yield asteroids with a lot of the resource that I'm looking for, mine them with the mining laser, and in the meantime, between each asteroid, use the pulse wave analyzer and look for a crackable asteroid. That's been the most efficient that I've found to do. Now, it is true that you'll get more yield per chunk when you're doing this deep core mining. But like I said, you can become very unlucky with it. So you've got to weigh the you got to weigh the pros and the cons of it. Some people just like deep core mining because they think it's a lot more fun and it's boring doing the mining lasering. I don't mind either one of them. So, I mean, it's a good payout, though. I think it's probably one of the most lucrative professions that you can do in this game, at least that I've found so far. I know bounty hunting, you can get some pretty good bounty hunting missions, but, I mean, for me, I get bored easily. So, as fun as bounty hunting is, I've got to have a little bit of variety in my gameplay, or else I get bored, so I move off back and forth between bounty hunting and asteroid mining. So let's see, do we have, did we get all of the surface deposits? I think we did. Okay. Alright, so we have 20 painites so far, 21, and that's going to go up. So I don't think I'm going to show you guys how to sell, because that's pretty self-explanatory. We already went over, basically, all you got to do is use that mining tool site, and then you go to that system, go to the port that it shows you, and then you go into commodities and the starport options there, and you find this material, you click on sell, and then sell it. So you think, like, right now, I've been here, what, maybe 5 minutes, something like that. I've got 23 painite already, and remember, the price on it to sell it was 770,000 credits. That's a good payout for 5 minutes. Now, I'm going to sit here for probably a good hour, right? And I'll probably get between 80 and 100 painite. That's like 70 million credits. It's ridiculous. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. The last Elite Dangerous video that I did got more views, I think, than any of my other videos. So you guys must be watching, and I really appreciate it. Please, please subscribe. Please, please like. And throw me a comment down there. I really enjoy waking up in the morning to see that I've got like double, triple, quadruple views in other videos. So I really appreciate it. And with that, you guys have a great and wonderful day.